All right, BradCooney.com. I'd like to welcome to the show from The Voice Season 21, Miss Wendy Moten. What is up, Wendy?
Hey, nothing much is going on. I'm ecstatic about, life at the moment.
I can imagine, and congratulations on an amazing blind audition.
Thank you.
So let's talk about that blind audition. Tell me about the nerves. I know you have a lot of experience in the field. Your resume is impressive even before you got to the show. But you're human. You're a human being. So tell me about the night before. What was going through your mind? How did you sleep? How did you feel leading up to the blind audition?
I have to tell you, after being in the music business over 30 years, I've never been in a situation like this before, where, you have to win people over, literally, in that moment, have people turn around. So I had to get over that psychological part of the game. And I tell you, it's been a long time since I've been nervous, probably since I started. So I think it's good for me. It has been good for me. So I was a ball of nerves the night before. And I just told myself, you're just going to have to do your best. And it's, no matter what ends up happening, because the worst nightmare is nobody turning around.
Yeah, of course.
That's the worst nightmare. So I was like, well, you know what? You just got to make sure that your side of the street is clean and you did your ultimate best no matter how it goes.
Yeah, man. The great Mike Tyson, the boxer, he said one time that if anybody ever tells you that they ain't nervous before a fight, they a liar. And I just see that, for me personally, I would be terrified. I ain't gonna lie to you. But like you said, you have these four brilliant, legendary judges, with their backs turned to you, and you got to get one of them to turn around. I don't care who you are. It's got to be nerve-wracking a little bit.
It kept me up at night a couple of nights until it was just out of time. Then I just had to go on ahead and just, work through that fear, But it did cross my mind. It was terrifying.
Talk about the song choice that you picked. We Can Work It Out. What was the thoughts behind that? Was that a song you've done previously many times that you were comfortable with, or how did that song come about?
Well, as I was getting songs together, I knew I needed, it's a vocal show. So, the idea is try to pick the right songs that can, give you the best, I don't know, the best song that can help show off what your vocal qualifications are. And I, love the classics, the Arethas, the Barbra Streisands, those types of songs. But I also love Shaka Khan. And I said, you know what? I'm going to add this Shaka Khan song to my repertoire. I hadn't sung that song in over 20 years. And I wasn't even sure I could pull it off, to be honest with you. Because the last few years I've just been singing country music, and I barely have to use my diaphragm. So I had to practice a lot just to get used to singing that style again. And I literally was terrified. I know everybody thought I had it together, but man, I haven't been that scared since high school. That was many, many moons ago.
Yeah, and it's really important. Song choice is huge in this competition.
Yes.
This is my 12th season doing podcasts with the voice contestants and the singers, and I've seen some really, really, really good singers make a terrible mistake and pick a song, and they didn't get a chair turn because of it. Probably would have with another song. So it's huge. Talk about the importance of the right song.
Well, the importance of having the right song is crucial, as you said. I chose that song because it had a lot of dynamics.
Right.
It starts soft, it starts low, and then I could just go up high, but high in a register that sounds higher than what it really is. So, I knew that song had all those dynamics in it, and the goal was also to make it sound easy because they are four amazing singers and, icons and their genres and more. And I knew that if I made it sound easy, they would get it and separate me from the rest. They would know, that, okay, this is something unique. She has something different to offer. So I knew if I could make it sound easy, then I knew I could get somebody to turn around.
Yeah, very well planned out. And you got 4 chairs. So tell me what that experience was like. What was going through your mind when you saw all those chairs spinning around for you?
I have to tell you, since this was the blind audition, my worst nightmare, the two things I was concerned with the most was, do not forget the lyrics. That was number one.
Yeah.
And number two was, okay, yeah, I'm afraid no one will turn around, but I have to just go out there and do my ultimate best. So I just made sure that I just stayed focused on my performance. And I'm like, if I could just keep myself together, get myself out of the way, and just perform great, then I won't have to worry if they turn around or not. So, my goal was just to perform well and, become, tell the story. That's the whole idea, is just be a great storyteller. And, you could possibly grab their attention and they can see, that you deserve to be on the show.
And I got to be honest, now I could be guessing here and it could be wrong. You tell me if I'm wrong. But my guess is, for somebody with your experience and the level of talent that you have a resume singing with, I'm pretty sure it was the Grammy Award type people you mentioned on the show. I'm guessing it was probably could be even more pressure for you to get up there, even though you have like all that experience. For maybe more pressure for you to get a chair turn than it would be for somebody who had a lot less experience. Does that make sense to you? Because maybe I'm wrong, but for me, if I had go ahead, you finish your thought.
It makes sense. That was the nightmare of it all.
Yes.
Is because of all of my experience, because of all these icons.
Yeah.
Here's a moment, to prove if I got the goods or not, and will I have the goods?
Yeah.
When I need it in this moment, not tomorrow, but like right now. So I had to get myself out of the way and say, hey, man, let your expertise kick in. And however it goes, you will know that you gave your ultimate best.
Yeah.
Period. So,
yeah. And it was a big roll of the dice. I mean, you rolled the dice on this, if I'm guessing again here, right? Because if you did not get a chair turn, who knows what psychological, course you might have taken after that,
Well, I had made up my mind that it was a great opportunity to have. And I also understood that, not everything that you go after is for you.
Yeah, that's true.
So, I've had enough experience to understand that and not take it personally. So I had already had those conversations with myself. And I can handle it, like, as long as I knew that I gave my ultimate, like, the best,
yeah.
Then I could live with it. I could live with the results.
That's fair. That's really fair. All right, so Blake pulled, I think, so far the most brilliant move of the competition, and he blocked John Legend. Now, I don't know if you had any preconceived notions on who you were going to pick, but a lot of people were talking about that little block action that Blake did. So, were you thinking before you got out there that John Legend might be your guy, or did everybody else have a fair shake at it?
Honestly, everyone had a fair shake. I have to tell you. Again, the nightmare was no one turned around.
Right.
So the fact that anyone turned around, like either one of those four amazing coaches, was going to be gravy for me. Because the other alternative was like nobody, but like, you're a really great singer and good luck in your future. It's like, oh, no, not that.
Yeah.
So it really was open to anyone. And then the fact that, Blake actually used his blog. Well, John Legend, because of course one of John Legend was probably going to be seen as the most natural place to go. And I would have, but hey, it played out the way it did. Mm-hmm. And I was like, okay, I'm going to go with it because, hey, I live and work in Nashville. Although Blake doesn't live here, but I've been here 25 years, so it makes sense.
Not to mention, Blake's won that competition many times. I mean, the guy knows how to get across the finish line, and he's done it with multiple genres, not just country.
Yes. I'm looking forward to the journey. I came to the voice to learn new things.
Yeah.
And so but with every gig I've ever done, I've always come in with that, knowing that I was there to learn and add on to my arsenal of things.
Yeah. I mean, Blake said your voice blew the hair color out of his hair. I mean, I almost spit Sprite through my nose when he said that.
That's amazing. And he moonwalked.
Oh yeah,
He was even moved to dance.
yeah, that was amazing. Honestly, when you picked him, I came out of my couch. I was just excited. Not only just.
I'm glad.
I mean, you know what? You know why I was excited? Because I love. Well, first of all, I'm in love with the show. But I love surprises, and I ain't gonna lie to you. I was surprised you went with Blake, but it was a happy surprise. I was just like, "Oh, this is great. This is just great for the show. It's great that you put your trust in Blake." And it was a nice little curveball. I loved it, man. I thought it was great.
Yes, I love that you said curveball.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yep. That's what it was.
I'm glad.
That was one of those change-up pitches where the batter, he was so out in front of it, the bat came flying out of his hands.
Yeah.
Yeah, man. So you said you were nervous, and I know we talked about this a little bit before the blind audition, but do you think that the fact that you did have a lot of experience singing, with all those other big name artists in front of a lot of people, did that also help some also though, like once you got going with it?
Well, yes, it helps because, you just have to just go work through the fear. You just have to, there's times when I've been thrown into all-star bands and things you have to do, spontaneous things, and you just have to jump in and depend on your experience to get you through it. So this was one of those moments because I'm telling you, I've never been in a reality TV setting.
Yeah.
And, after all the work I've done to do this on national television, that was even more frightening.
Yeah.
But I was like, look, the opportunity's here and I am going to just jump on it and enjoy it. And I got there. I mean, that's the miracle in itself.
And you had mentioned that you were singing backup vocals for all these years. It's got to be really exciting that you did this on your own. You're solo. You went up there as a solo artist and got 4 chairs, and legends to turn around for you. God, man, it must have been such an amazing feeling.
It was amazing to have all 4 coaches turn around. I have to tell you, I was so into the song and into the performance and into really just communicating with making it all about the song, really. Mm-hmm. And I didn't notice that they were all up on their feet and clapping the last 30 seconds.
Oh, wow.
Because it was just too frightening to just look at them or concentrate. So I was like, your experience got to kick in right now and do what you would normally do at your own concert. And that's why I had to go with this.
Yeah. Now, when you heard the first chair turn, that psh sound,
yeah.
Was there any kind of reaction? Did you have any kind of a relief moment inside your gut or whatever, and kind of breathe a little easier? Or what was going through your mind when you heard that first chair go around?
First of all, I'm so, it's different than television than being right on the stage. Mm-hmm. So you may know what you're going to do while looking at it on TV, but you don't know when you're on that stage.
Yeah.
And I was so caught up in the song and making sure, literally, that I don't forget my lyrics.
Yeah.
That I just tried not to, pay attention that much because I didn't want that to be the main thing to distract me. Okay, because then you start to think, okay, well, only one chair turn. Oh gosh, mm-hmm. Will somebody? And I want to be thinking about that because the more I get involved with the song, the more they'll get involved, and then mm-hmm. And they all got invested into it, and so I just had to keep the focus on the song and performing, and showing vocally what I can do.
Yeah, absolutely.
To stay.
And I think your experience, that's where your experience kind of really did kick in. You just, once you hit your groove, you heard the chair spin, but nothing rattled you. You just got into cruise control, did your thing, and then the results were beautiful.
Thank you.
All right, so what would winning this competition mean to you both professionally and personally?
Well, because I had a recording career in the 90s, yep. It's like I'm revamping my life, my solo career again. And that was, almost 30 years ago. Mm. So, just coming on a show like this after having a career almost 30 years ago is already a miracle. And I see it as just, I wanted my presence on the show just to encourage people of all ages that keep dreaming and that can act on those dreams. What it's going to do for me winning, I have ideas of what I would like to achieve with that. Of course, continuing my solo career on a high level and reaching people all over the world. That's my ultimate goal. And, my purpose in life is to minister to people through song. I want to have an audience that people just, when they hear me sing, I'm like just amused, that they just go away with their own thoughts. And, like a James Taylor or something, and so this would create that for me. That this is closer to reality, being on a show like this and having this opportunity can get me closer to that dream.
That's great, man. A couple more things, and we'll let you go because I know you're a busy lady.
Yeah. Oh, my gosh.
What is some advice that you can share with someone who's thinking about maybe trying out for next season?
I would say, number one, go ahead and do it. I mean, and if you're, I didn't tell anyone that I was doing it, not even my fiance or no one.
Oh, wow.
I didn't want them. I didn't want them to talk me out of it.
Oh, wow.
I didn't want them to say, "Oh my gosh, you've been doing this for so long, and how dare you? How can you go on this show?" And I'm like, I knew that I needed to do it. So sometimes you have to get the other voices out of your head and just move forward anyway. Trust the process, and if it's for you, it's going to be easy. And if it's not for you, you're still going to learn something from going through the process.
That's great. Okay, just two more things.
Yeah.
I want to give you an opportunity for some closing thoughts to the fans, and then right after that, tell everybody where they can follow you, because social media plays a part in this show. So I want to give you an opportunity to talk to the fans, closing thoughts, and then share with the fans out there where they can follow you on social media.
Well, I would just like to say to all the fans that, first of all, everybody knows the Voice fans are hardcore.
Yes, indeed.
If it wasn't for the fans, this show would not be on for 21 seasons.
Facts.
So I know that the fans are like the most important to this organization.
Yep.
And the most important to me too. And I hope they continue to, follow me on this journey. And what I think is they do encourage, to me, it looks like the fans that can encourage all the contestants. And I could be wrong, but it looked to me from the outside looking in that the fans kind of support everyone. And I love that approach. And I hope that they will, follow me and give me a chance too. And hey, cheer the old lady on. Come on. Come on. And social media is a big part. My name is Wendy Moten, WendyMoten, and all of my handles are just my name, my Instagram, my Twitter, my Facebook. Please follow me. It's always been about the song. It's always been about the music for me. And it's always been about my purpose in sharing, ideas through song and being a great communicator. So I hope that they give me an opportunity to continue this journey and to go with me. And hey, I hope to encourage them along the way too. I love telling my age. I'm 56. I've been doing this 35 years. And this is a new dream that is being manifested. Like I'm a miracle. So it's just never too late. So just follow through, follow your dreams, and you're going to learn something. Even if you see it as a failure, it's not. It gives you more insight of who you are.
Well, that was well said, and I'm your age. I'll be 56 in about 20 days.
Yes, happy birthday.
So, yeah, we have to stick together as 50-plussers. And honestly, one more thing I wanted to add. Another reason why this show's been around so long is because it's a beautiful show. And the country, is such a mess in some places. There's a lot of anger and division out there. But there's also a lot of beautiful people, a lot of beautiful souls, and great artists. And this show embraces everybody, diversity. It's so diverse, and it's just a breath of fresh air to get off the news and put this show on and just watch these beautiful, talented artists just do their thing. And I think that's an important note.
Yes, absolutely. I have to tell you, it's because of past contestants that I even had the courage to even submit a video because of the diversity, because of all the different ages and colors and all kinds of demographics, and that's appealing. to the show.
Yep.
And it tends to be unbiased, and I appreciate that so
Absolutely.
much.
Wendy, I enjoyed you so much for coming on my show. I really appreciate you. I want to get you to come back once we get up down the road a little bit in this competition. I hope you can come back and talk to us.
Well, it'll be my pleasure. I look forward to it, and thank you so much for this opportunity.
Absolutely. Best of luck, man. I'll be pulling for you.
Thank you.
Okay, good night.
Good night.